The Coliseum back to its original 70s glory. What a scene in the East Bay, and we're underway in the John Madden Legacy game. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So it's the NFC stars who will get the ball first. And, Charles, as we alluded to, we've got a different era of coach on each sideline. So the man coaching this NFC squad, we'll call him Young John Madden, this is a coach who was trying to establish a foothold in the NFL and on the cusp of doing it very successfully.
Yeah, you think back to that period, those early days as the coach of the Raiders, the late 60s in the AFL and then in the NFL in the early 70s. Coach was a guy who was ahead of his time. The Raiders were one of the first teams to have mini camps, one of the first to film practice, because he wanted to practice coaching as much as he could. And his teams, they were successful right from the start of his head coaching tenure.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They're going to try and throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. On the move past the 40. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the NFC has taken the early lead. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack. And they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
Dante Hall going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So, Charles, as mentioned, we've got another Coach Madden over here on the AFC sideline. Of course, his Raiders, members of the AFC West. So this is a conference he battled in for his entire career. And you think about the landscape of the NFL as he was getting into the back half of his tenure. It was a golden era for coaches. You had Don Shula, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, Bud Grant. But it was John Madden who had the best winning percentage of them all, CD. 759, the best ever.
Brandon, it's hard to believe he could be so successful in a conference with all those great teams. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. The Dolphins won 2 and were a mainstay in the playoffs. The Colts were tough. The Broncos came on late and went to a Super Bowl themselves. But against Hall of Fame coaches, John Madden's record, 36, 16, and 2. That's pretty incredible. His Raiders were a factor each and every year.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it with the 85 MVP, Marcus Allen. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Favre. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books at the Coliseum. What a day. The NFC Stars with the early lead in the John Madden Legacy game on EA Sports. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Favre. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Touchdown! Kyle Juszczyk from 4 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The offense for the AFC set to go now. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. No, he didn't spike it. He faked it. This will be caught by Brown. Down inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. The fake spike becoming a little bit more prevalent in today's game. It worked there.
Those old days of brother-in-law in that play, you know, where you kind of know what they're doing. They're going to, you know, spike the ball and the play's dead and everyone just kind of relaxes. Those are gone, aren't they? Because now they're faking it and completing.
Touchdown! Tony Gonzalez. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the AFC able to draw a bit closer. So what can Brady do here is he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for two is denied. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after.
As Sanders has it poked free. And luckily one of his teammates able to fall on it, so the NFC will hang on to the football. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
To throw is Favre.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Randy Moss, 54 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that's picked up by the AFC. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
Well, coming up in the second half, we'll run through John's post-coaching triumphs. But for now, we present a very special tribute to the man of the hour, narrated by Trey Mosley. The AFC going to get the football first here as we are back underway from Oakland in the John Madden Legacy game. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Brady now on first down.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Brady.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought.
Touchdown! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on a 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. To throw, it's Brady. He's got his tailback. That's Marcus Allen.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there. Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the AFC able to get a bit closer.
Well, that worked out perfectly. The holder took the ball and found his man wide open for a pass and a score on a fake field goal. I love that play.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Now a dump off here complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards on the pickup there.
And they go play action with Favre.
Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Ray Lewis collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. There's the stiff arm. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action.
So through 3 quarters of the John Madden legacy game, it's the NFC Stars and young Coach Madden on top. And we'll be back to the Coliseum after this.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll roll him out right. Man open. It's Moss, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right?
Touchdown! Emmitt Smith, a 14-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. And now once again they'll line up to go for 2.
Here's Favre to throw.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And this is going to be secured by the AFC.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously, such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Brady's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Brady to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Gonzalez.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Over the middle, he's got Tim Brown.
So 2 minutes to play in the John Madden legacy game. And the NFC well in control. And we'll be back to Oakland after this.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another run here with Sanders. Ooh, with a juke. And some room to roam now. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And now they're in the hurry-up. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a good job keeping his focus downfield as he rolled out of the pocket, trying to fit a pass in. But that defender nearby made sure that one didn't result in a first down.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Throwing is far.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Emmitt Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Anderson loses the football, and that's picked up by the AFC. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the